So in our next story, this is kind of like been long overdue. We should have kind of been talked about this, but we haven't been back since since the story broke. But we got word that Mr. Michael Keaton, the original silver screen Batman, as Adam West was kind of the original TV Batman, unless I'm mistaken. I might be wrong about that too. Who knows? There might have been somebody who was before that. But Michael Keaton, nonetheless, is returning as the Cape Crusader, potentially in the upcoming or the forthcoming Flash movie. And so let me read a little bit from this article from the Wrap. After nearly 30 years, Michael Keaton is in talks to return to the role of Batman to appear alongside Ezra Miller in Warner Brothers' upcoming movie, The Flash. The Wrap has learned exclusively. Talks with Keaton are in the very early stages. It is far from a sure thing and can go either way. No details are currently available about how big or how small Keaton's role is. That's not going to stop us from speculating on just like a laundry list of things.
Yeah.
So we're going to act as if this is true, and that this is not going to be reversed at any moment in time, or that, to me, they might as well just call this the Batman movie. Because
if you ask me, this should already be in production, regardless of any COVID risks. Just start filming, see what happens.
Yeah. I thought this was very interesting for just like a number of different reasons. The one is Ezra Miller. This is very interesting, right? Ezra Miller did choke a woman, and
what was he thinking?
He apparently wasn't, because if he was, he would have been thinking about the back. He forgot to secure the back.
Yeah.
So, and also this Flash movie has been kind of on and off for like the longest time, and it's been kind of waiting in the wings, no pun intended, for Batman. It's very interesting that nothing has really come of Ezra Miller, even though, it's had some clear issues here.
DC's probably just waiting for it to blow over. Like, please.
They really are. I think that's really true. Is that they really are waiting. And what's weird is that in this sort of climate of like cancellation, as you would say.
The cancel club didn't come for him.
Well, you know what? There's a lot of sort of like theories about why. That for one, Ezra Miller is he, at least to my understanding, maybe I'm right or wrong about this, but he's a part of the LGBTQ community. I don't know exactly what his identity is in that case, but from my understanding, that's so some people are speculating that maybe he's a little bit immune because of that. He's a part of a to some degree, or he's a part of a minority of people that are generally, kind of oppressed in society.
It's like if a gay guy chokes a woman, then it's like, well, like, is it?
I don't know if it's about necessarily him being a gay guy.
That so much as like, is it fair?
It's like I don't know. If you're a part of a community that's been historically oppressed, then when shit happens, it's like, all right, it's not.
It's kind of like taken care of within the community, that type of thing.
So that's the theory, but I'm less likely to believe that. What I think it is that they looked at the video and they were like, I mean, this was wild.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't wild, I guess. Like, he didn't punch her so much as he just kind of threw her to the ground. Like, and I'm saying for WB,
but he did,
right?
Didn't they both go to the ground?
No, I think he just kind of like took her to the, but it wasn't even like she kind of like, I don't know. It was weird to look at because it was like he did choke her.
Yeah.
But it wasn't like a choke. It was kind of just like, I don't know. Clearly he was like drunk at the time, and it seemed like it was like one of those drunk, like, hey.
Yeah.
I don't know. It was
like, leave me alone or something like that. Yeah, maybe she was like harassing him, and it was like one of those types of like get away from me. I'm like angry or I'm drunk.
To my understanding, that's kind of what it was. Is that like she was a part of, I think, of a group of people who were kind of like fucking with him a little bit, and then he just like took it like to a insane level of like putting his hands on her. And I'm not even saying that should really matter, but if I'm WB, and I'm making the calculations of like, we already invested all this money in this dude, I mean, he choked her, but he didn't really Joker,
Yeah.
like then maybe they're saying like, okay, it wasn't that bad to the degree where now we got to get him out of here.
Yeah.
So I think they are trying to like lay him low for a while, see if it blows over real quick, and then get right back to it.
They're like, Ezra, take a trip, go to the beach.
Yeah.
No, turn your phone off. Don't be on social media.
To my knowledge, he hasn't even like.
I don't think he's made a statement, right?
He hasn't made a statement about it. I don't think WB's made a statement about it, or DC, whoever the fuck it is who's in charge of this. I always get confused whether it's DC or WB or whatever the fuck it is. But yeah, so very strange situation. Either way. So back to bats. Michael Keaton returning as Batman is, I think, not that significant, if you ask me. Even if he did have like a very like large feature role. Yeah. I don't care. It's fine. Like,
I'm not going to be like super checking for it. What I'm most interested in about this like is like what it could do for the DCEU, right? In like terms of like maybe this is how we compete with Marvel. What we've seen, like we've never seen James McAvoy and Charles, what's his name? Sir Charles, the guy who plays the older Professor X.
The older Professor X.
Yeah.
Oh, Patrick Stewart.
Isn't it? Oh, Patrick.
So McAvoy is
Sir
the
Patrick
younger
Stewart.
one.
Yeah.
Patrick Stewart is the
We've never seen them in like the same movie, right?
Sure.
Is there anything? All the Marvel movies are pretty new. Like the first actors to play those characters are still like in those characters.
Yes.
Right. So for the DCEU, this could be their opportunity to say, all right, you know what? And I would love if like actors would just like do shit sometimes just for the love of it, right? Like what if like they float this idea and Michael Keaton's returning and then like George Clooney's like, hey, I'll do like a 1 episode thing, right? And then Ben Affleck is like, oh, fuck it, I'll do an episode, right?
Yeah,
and then
see, like,
you get to have that like paradox.
But like, yeah, sure, and that would be cool to see for like a couple scenes. But it's like, yo, fuck all that. Just give me one good story. That's all I need out of you. Fucking
sure, yeah.
Just one good fucking story. I don't need all this fucking glitz and glamour shit. Just give me one coherent story. And look, I still don't think that they've hit the spot at all. The only one that you could argue, not even argue, but definitely they hit the spot on was Joker. That's it.
Yeah.
Anything else outside of that to me is utter trash. Like Aquaman, haven't seen it, but I assume it's trash. Wonder Woman, it was okay, but to me, it wasn't nearly as good as everybody was hyping it up to be.
Yeah.
It wasn't as bad as everything else that they put out. Justice League, terrible. Batman vs. Superman, terrible. Man of Steel, I'll give that a little bit of a pass. I actually did like Man of Steel.
I really like Man of Steel, yeah. I like Batman vs. Superman.
Yeah, I'm just gonna move on. So yeah, I don't need all this fucking glitz and glamour shit. Just give me one thing that fucking makes sense and is good.
Yeah.
If you feel the need to start doing shit like this, it leads me to believe that you don't have the belief in the actual material itself, because Michael Keaton's not gonna come back for like the next 2 or 3 films.
Yeah.
And one would assume that if you're like, to me, it speaks confidence if you have like a brand new cast, like nobody, like no gimmicks or nothing like that. If you just had a straight up story, that shows confidence in the material. When you feel like you have to start doing like smoke and mirror shit,
yeah,
okay, well now you're just telling me that your shit's not that great.
Yeah, great story is always better than gimmicks, but I just think it would be a great, like if you're doing like a 10-12 episode run through like the whatever season, I think it would be like a good 1 or 2 episode thing to do. But then again, get back to the great story, and then maybe like what Marvel's doing with a lot of the shows that they have coming up on Disney Plus, like Falcon and the Winter Soldier and like WandaVision, how you got to watch some of those TV shows to then understand the movies that are in development. I think for the DCEU, like they could use some of that to maybe like start the conversation of some movies. Like I think the next big Batman movie, like after this the one with Robert Pattinson, is gonna be like Batman Beyond. What if they introduce Batman Beyond on the TV series, and then down the road they do the movie?
Well, that's just it. They're not. So Michael Keaton is probably going to be, or we're debating right now if he's going to be in The Flash, right? Which is going to be one of the movies that they put out. So I think that it's even worse in a movie than it is, and I just realized I didn't change the shot. It's worse in a movie than it is in a show, because like for Crisis on Infinite Earths, I believe.
Yeah, Crisis on Infinite Earths.
That they did on the CW. at least from the amount of it that I watched, it was grossly like underwhelming because the story was just garbage. And you know, for the spots that they did with the people like, you know, who made like cameos, it was just like, okay, like for instance, I was so fucking disappointed with Tom Welling because I was like, oh god, like we're gonna be able to see Tom Welling in the Superman cape and all this other, and it's like it just turned out to be mad whack. It was just him on a fucking farm for like 20 seconds, and that's it.
That sucks.
You know, and I know that, you know, obviously some of that is due to like scheduling and all that, but whatever. In a movie, it's worse because it's like you only have like 2 hours, 2.5 hours max. We don't have a lot of real estate here to be fucking around. You know what I mean? Like, I don't have enough time to be like just doing random shit for the sake of doing random shit. Like, give me a good coherent story over any sort of gimmicks. Now, I will say, it will be fucking dope to see Michael Keaton back as Batman. Because he was who we grew up with as Batman. So I'm not going to lie and be like,
do you remember him more than George Clooney?
Of course. George Clooney was in one movie and it sucked. Of course I remember Michael Keaton.
Yeah, you're right.
Than George Clooney.
You're right.
Now, in my, you know, who's the best Batman?
Christian Bale.
I mean, why are we arguing? You know, like that's not to me a debate. Or maybe it's because he had the better story. Like
he did have the better story, the better director, like the better supporting cast, like everything about it was better. That's true.
Yeah. So I don't know. All right. I think we're going to move on here. So the moral to that story is it'll be dope to see him back, but I think
the story still has to be good.
Yeah, give me substance over gimmicks.
Yeah.
As they say. All right.